See something? Yeah, it's on. This look.
Okay, cool.
All right. I have a couple of things I wanna chat to you about. So welcome to the 13th podcast. Honestly, I didn't expect our friendship to last this long. We could have had a foul out by now.
Had a what by now?
Foul out. I said. So we just finished the Hazang Loop, which is 4 days, 3 nights. Technically, it's like 5 nights if you think about the night bus.
Yeah, 5 nights.
Yeah. Sorry. So the price is $200 a person. If you're self-drive, which is very affordable given that they feed you a lot, like every single meal. The main, feel free to chime in anytime. We'll keep this as concise as possible. The main attraction, in my opinion, is the Minecraft-like terrain. It's very mountainous. Like, it doesn't look that cool on pictures, but local people try to adapt to the terrain, right? So they build road along the very steep mountains, and occasionally you see rice fields, which is very cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. To just preface it, because in an earlier after looking it up online, so many tourists talk about how it was the best thing they did in Vietnam, one of the best things they did in Southeast.
Yeah.
And I think all three of us had very low expectations going into it. Because most things that are hyped up that much always are disappointing. They're always disappointing, but I think all three of us came away from it well exceeding our expectations.
Yeah.
And it genuinely is one of the best things. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. I think it was awesome. It was a lot more intense than I thought. I thought there'd be a lot more safety things around it, whereas they really just let you go on.
Bro.
Because we did with Jasmine, the biggest tour group.
Yeah.
And I thought there'd be a lot more safety and like red tape around the whole experience, but it really is not. They really throw you on a bike.
Yeah, literally. Literally, they said they would teach you. That was like 2 minutes.
They didn't teach us. They let us know 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, that's the training. I'm the boat. Yeah.
So we seeing of the loop, sleep for a few more hours, and then wake up and pretty much immediately get put on a bike.
Yeah.
Said they would train you. We did not get trained.
Yeah.
We get put in a group with 7 other Australians.
Five other dudes.
5 other Australians who all have their motorbike license.
And us 3, yeah.
All have been riding dirt bikes since they were 3 years old. All are extremely skilled on motorbikes. And then there's me, you, and Josh. Josh is pretty good.
Yeah.
You have a bit of experience. I've never ridden a bike.
Yeah, I think you are the one with the least driving hours.
By far. And on the first day, you're tired. Don't know what we've got ourselves into. In a group, and they're just gunning it.
Yeah,
absolutely gunning it. But yeah, I agree with you that each day was different terrains. You're going up so high, you're going at some points, and you go down the mountain so far.
It's hot. So the day 1 and day 4 are very hot. The day 2 and day 3 are very cold. I think the clouds, the side of the mountain, the altitude, all has to do with how cold it is. In fact, Jamie was wearing the shirt, but he still had to buy a jacket.
Yeah, triple shirt, had to buy a jacket, and then 2 hours later, we drive down the mountain, and it's hot as fuck, and everyone has their shirts off, and we're swimming in the lake.
Yeah.
Because, it's mind-blowing because you go through so many different terrains. You are actually in rural Vietnam, with the villages, the kids, farmers. I don't know if you felt like this. It felt like you were on,
Come a little closer,
It felt like you were on a quest. Waving at you as you it felt like that. Ridiculously fun. Other attraction was, because none of us have our licenses in Vietnam, what Jasmine Hostel would do, which was super cool, would be that have a scout riding ahead looking for police checkpoints. Or coming up to a police checkpoint, they would make a call, would all pull over to the side of the road.
And within 2 minutes, like 8 easy riders will show up, say, hey, scooch back, let me drive the next 1 kilometer.
8 special ops easy riders would show up, like they spawn
out of nowhere.
All wearing balaclavas, super special ops. They don't speak English. They jump in front of you, jump on your bike, and ride you maybe 2 to 5 minutes past the checkpoint, and then jump off again and say, go, keep going.
The thing is that I've never seen any of them constantly swiping their phone. It's almost like they have done this 100 times. They knew you're coming.
Yeah. Really, throughout the entire tour, was never bored. It was paced really well. There was never times that we were sitting around like, what are we doing? It was go.
It's fast paced. My only complaint is they should have stopped at more viewpoints, which I did myself. Sometimes I see a very interesting turn. Hey, I want to take a look. And I woke up in the mornings. I realized that I have free will, so I just stopped.
So everyone's stuck with a group, and then Eugene would drive off by himself. And they didn't really care. Like a few times they were like, "Where's Eugene?" and calling you because you'd taken a wrong turn. But they were so chill, and there was so much freedom.
Like I would say, Hawk 2 wasn't that chill. He's kind of concerned. He wanted me to stuck with the group, but Meow Meow is so chill. Like he don't care. I still think you see the safety of the bike, the constant police checking, the like me like wandering off out of nowhere. Like I'm still very surprised how high level of confidence they have in us, bro. The trust,
Yeah.
the unconditional trust, isn't that crazy?
The bikes that we were driving were pieces of shit. Mine had 500,000 kilometers on it. It looked like it was 10 years old.
Yeah, the entire bike is $150 probably.
If both of my tires popped, and this was why I was driving cautiously a lot of the time, because like, what if your brake chain snaps or something breaks on the bike? It's like you're fucked. The roads are extremely difficult. There's potholes everywhere, so you have to.
On the day 4 is the worst. Actually, from day 1 to 3 is manageable. Day 4 was the worst.
I thought day 1 was the worst. You've never been on these roads before, and there were so many trucks on day 1. So because there's so many,
Yeah.
if you come up behind a truck, you need to overtake it on the lane. But very often you'd do it around blind corners, and there'd be another truck coming down the hill. So it's actually surprisingly incredibly dangerous. I thought that was going to be overhyped as well.
Man, probably.
Roads are terrible. I'm surprised more people haven't died on it, honestly.
Yeah, we checked the stats. Apparently, only 1 or 2 people die each year.
Yeah. In the last 5 years, like 3 people have died. So, which is insane, considering how dangerous.
I couldn't help but have this phobia. Like if you just like absent for 1 second, you could literally be rolled under the bus.
Yeah.
Or a truck. They're heavy trucks.
If your mind wanders and you're not focusing,
And it beep.
or you would have pothole and then swerve into the lane, or like something happens. Yeah. But yeah, proud that we did it. Insanely fun. The only drawback to the whole thing has nothing to do with the Harjum Loop or Jasmine tour. It was just a shame of our overall tour group that it was all Aussies, all British people, the biggest degeneracy to ever meet in your life. No girls in our group.
Yeah. So we started toward 25th, right? I remember that morning we showed up, like, wow, an ocean of white people. I've never seen such high density of pure white people. Honestly, it was like 20 times 20, like column and rows, right? Not a single, like not a white person. True. Not white. I've never seen that. It's almost a segregation on its own. So many. I don't know where which YouTube channel they watch or which blogger they read. Yeah,
You said it.
apparently, like they're black people just not interested in traveling or something. There are very little of them here in Southeast Asia, but Asian people, like given we're in Asian country, like what happens to us as Asians? Like they just check bike, no, I'm good, and they just pass. They know it better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next one is the bike choices. You have the automatic, which doesn't exist, is not even an option because sometimes you have to climb the hills, and your main choices are between semi-auto, which is the default, and full menu, like what 2 and Meow Meow were driving.
Yeah. Some people were driving automatics that are filming it themselves, the bikes. So
Yeah, it has a high CC, yeah. They surprisingly get a job done. Don't worry about it. No.
Yeah, I
think it's like $30 extra a day. But if you put a gun to my head and say, Eugene, you have to do this again, I would just do it on my own.
Oh, 100%.
I would take maybe me with another bro, we each take a girl on a bike and just travel, go do everything at our own pace.
Yeah. After doing this,
I'm very confident doing everything on my own.
the real good thing about the tour, book all the hostels for you. They had every meal done for you.
Yeah, exactly. You just show up, they put the food right in front of your face. We had surprisingly good mobile coverage, the Vital. Get the Vital, please. Not any other brand that has the best coverage.
Yeah.
You always have data. And honestly, worst case, you get lost. You ask people, here, Google Map. I want to go here. Oh, and I downloaded Google Map. I didn't even use Maps.me. Everything was so convenient.
Me and Josh were both using our Australian SIM cards with data.
Yep.
So,
and
only good coverage.
So apparently some people are doing a 3-day. Just don't. From our understanding, day 3, you basically drive double the distance. Keep in mind, on the 4-day one, each one you drove 120 kilometers. That's very far.
Which, on the bikes and the winding and all.
It's not highway that distance that you can cover in an hour. No.
The 3 days regrets not doing the 4 days. And also, if you have the confidence to do it, I think rider is not the same experience.
Yeah.
It's way more scary when they're
Sometimes I just feel like the angle is just a little too steep for my taste, man.
we've got to find one.
Of course, there's so many options. There are about 100 people, right? I'll say 35 are girls, right? That's a good, or 30.
Yeah,
And not a single girl drives on their own, which is a very good idea for them, honestly. I think if the girls get scared, frantic, and they might do something stupid.
people driving by itself. To be fair, there
Good for
wasn't
them.
many people driving.
At all, yeah. Probably only 20 people.
Maybe 20 people would.
Yeah. Which I'm quite surprised.
I don't know one more.
Yeah, same. I've been keep telling people that 50% of the fun is driving it on your own, man. And out of this 50% of the fun is stop wherever and whenever you want to, instead of being like rushed in the group. I kind of wish you and Josh just like stayed more true to your own internal curiosity and stopped at some viewpoints. I'm sure you passed by place. Oh, this is cool. I'd love to stop for a second, take some pictures. But oh my God, that's my group. So you just
I didn't get that feeling.
No?
I really get the feeling of trying to catch up, but there's so many viewpoints and you stop so often that it's just like, and they stop at all the best viewpoints. I know that you love sunsets, you love views, you love that.
Yeah.
You love it a lot more than I do.
Okay.
The only thing that I didn't like was there were points where I was like, I'm falling behind and I need to drive way faster.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't like
I didn't get that because you're always with a group, like you are expected to be there. But Miao Miao and Tu knows, oh, this guy, don't worry about it. He will be here.
Yeah.
And usually, if it's like we're really far away, I share live location with Miao Miao on WhatsApp. So that's why he's never upset. Like only the day 2 and day 3, because I'm really far behind. I'm like wandering off. And other times he just, hey, we're having lunch here, we're sleeping here. Like, be safe.
One of the highlights we haven't said yet is the 2 tour guys that we got were such cool guys. They were young.
Yeah.
They made the experience so much.
Miao Miao speaks amazing English.
Amazing English. And just cool guys, like you would hang out with them and be friends.
Do you like Miao Miao more or the K receptionist more? Okay, I'll give you that. Only because Miao Miao, how cool, how chill it is, bro.
I mean, Miao Miao, I really liked his personality.
Do you remember that?
Besides for that, when they get...
Yeah.
So they just zoom the loop again.
Okay, I got.
And again, which is exhausting.
I think anything after 5 is torture. If you've done it 5 times, more than that, it started torture. Fuck with your mind.
You could definitely do it again and you'd see things that you didn't see before. I think you could do it again.
Like on the day 4 we're joining back, apparently some groups are doing the reverse, which will be cool too. The waterfall is not that cool on its own. Like honestly, out of all those nature's like crazy landscapes, it's not that cool. But imagine with 100 young people surrounded at it with music. It looks so fucking dangerous, bro. Like I've seen so much videos, people just jump in and they hit somewhere and get paralyzed for the rest of their life.
The waterfall,
like the diving, like jump diving. Yeah, that's one of my. Because apparently, if you look a little bit right, there's a rock. It's quite shallow.
Yeah,
and
told me that before. I went and did it.
Towards the end, there's like a Vietnamese guy, tour guide. He went up. He was showing the girls, "Oh, don't jump there. It's very shallow." These white dudes, they're doing crazy shit just to impress the girls, or I just be careless with their lives. I don't understand. Like this is the regular platform, right? There's a like tippity top, even a higher one. I think that's 7-8 meters. In China, we have this that's why there aren't that many white people, because they do crazy stunts like this. It's like inside a joke.
Swimming with sharks, like they're very white people activities.
Yeah. If you see all those climbing the abandoned buildings or like skyscrapers, cranes, whatever, it's always a white Russian dude, bro.
People getting injured. Someone in the group fell.
And then this scraped their hands, which were completely fine.
Scraped his hands, but hurt his hip, hurt his knee, and he was limping.
I've got a good point. All right, this gets more philosophical. Do you remember there's a guy like rather fat or a little obese called Anthony, always wearing a white shirt? He is the only guy who is doing the Easy Rider in our group, which two is taking him. And I was thinking that at one point I was thinking, oh, am I being like not fitting in? Like, will people judge me for that? Like, because I'm always wondering if am I too inconsiderate? Like, too like an outlier, whatever. Then I immediately remembered, here's a quote by Sean Lester. I think I've told you before. If you knew how less others care about you, you wouldn't mind so much. If I was thinking about Anthony, I guarantee you from his mind, my God, Like every other boy in this group, they're riding on their own. I'm not the cool one. Am I too fat? Like, is this bike too heavy carrying me? Are people thinking I'm not smart enough to drive? Am I too lumpy? I guarantee he's thinking like that. But guess what? I guarantee all of us, not even one of us, ever thought about it.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Very true. That didn't go through my head a single time.
Honestly, there's a guy with a full like tattoo in our group. He fell, right? He hurt a little bit elbow, his waist, and his ankle. Honestly, 10 minutes after that, I'm thinking about what to have for dinner, when we're gonna have dinner.
Yeah, true.
Like I'm pretty sure in his own mind, oh my God, I fell in front of everybody. And guess what? Like probably 5 minutes later, I'm thinking about, oh, when is dinner? Like what are we gonna have? Yes, bro. So the point I'm trying to get to is, you are the main character in your own story, but don't live in the judgmental viewpoints from other people. Do some main character shit. Yeah, not even. Exactly. You can see Anthony is more like timid and shy. Maybe because from his physique, or maybe he's like, yeah, I'm sure there's something that's stopping him. But I can, if I have the chance to talk to him again, man, you're good. You're good. In fact, we're too busy worrying about ourselves.
And you can apply that to every area of your life. Like when you go up to a girl,
yeah, no one cares.
And she probably won't even remember it in a few hours.
Oh, yeah. And okay, next point. I want to ask, do you know why I always just go off on my own?
I thought you just wanted to go to more viewpoints. Do you?
Yeah. So the superficial reason is that I'm only going to do Hassan Loop once in my entire fucking life, right? This viewpoint, if I don't like just a little guess more, right, to go up to see what it's like down there, I will never get a chance to do it again for the rest of my life. Like ever since from day one, I was like, we traveled 8 hours to come up here, not to just stop like for 3 minutes, right? I only enjoy when I'm content and happy. So that's a very selfish perspective of me.
Impact anyone else. If you had done that and it had impacted everyone else's out of the group, then yes, that would be selfish, but it didn't, because you just always call back up by yourself. Didn't change the pace of the tour. I think it's fine.
So sometimes I think I think you guys spend too much time here. I would just go first on my own. So I have more good planning. Except for Miao Miao. Eugene, there's the police. Oh, we're so lucky that we didn't even get caught once. I have to give a round of applause to Miao Miao. Every single police we saw, they pulled over some white couple dudes. But the amount of fines would have paid, bro.
Yeah. And even if you have your license, and
they'll give you a shit.
They'll find you a reason to give you a fine.
Miao Miao said they don't like the police. They dislike them because how corrupt and the bribe and all the like putting money in their own pockets are like.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the superficial reason. For a deeper reason, like I genuinely believe life is a very lonely trip. You're born alone, you die alone, and as males, this is even more true. And it's just a very lonely life. You have to learn to deal with it as a male.
The only thing I think you missed out on by going up.
Yeah.
Seeing this point.
No, you win some, you lose some, man. Yeah. But besides, we got more than enough time to hang out. Because from every day from 9, we're only out from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All the rest of the time, we're all stuck together with the other group.
Yeah.
By the way, I tried to flirt with this blue-eyed blonde girl. I thought she was giving me very good signals, but it turned out she's positive, like she's friendly with every single guy, bro. As soon as I realized that, because when I turn around, right, there's some other guy went up to talk to her, and she still listens and answers back. I was like, okay, cut this. She's basking in the glory of attention from the 70 dudes. She knows for a fact that she's the hottest chick there, bro. She's enjoying it. Another point is that because I drive a lot slower, right, I got way more time to enjoy the view. The reason why I'm just slower, I have a phone here, I have a stick of 360 camera here, and I have the gas and the brake on this hand. And I saw a lot of people building new houses. I believe that's a result of the economy booming. And where's that money from? Us tourists. The sheer amount of like the young men like that live of this industry that we fed is 500 at least.
Oh, more. And
it's just the riders, 500 riders, not to mention the hostels, right? The hotels, the receptionists, like the people who do your laundry, right? The restaurant too, like.
I saw at
the chef, everything.
So they've done a minimum 20 million, and they started in 2017. In Vietnam, especially rural Vietnam, doing 20 million.
That's insane.
In under 10 years is insanely impressive. It's interesting to know the profit margin.
Yeah. So if I were to take a guess, right, basically the bikes are negligible, the costs. They imported them in bulk and cheap. I would say the Easy Riders, they make $12 a day. That's $48 for 4 days. Let's say $50. The hotels, they're another $50.
Fuel.
And the $50 for hotel. And the third $50 goes to food and fuel.
Well,
and I would say the last $50 all goes to Jasmine.
I think
that's what I understand.
Could well be
Yeah.
like that. It's just super aggressive.
I'm pretty sure whoever owns the Jasmine Tours company is the wealthiest guy of the province.
Yeah, I don't think he lives in
next point is some roads are so windy, bro. Especially day for the.
Yeah.
I would definitely 100% get very bad motion sickness if I was in a car. I would literally throw up everywhere. But if I were to drive, I can control the brake, the left, right, turn, accelerate, decelerate.
You get that sense of freedom, and then cars on the road, honestly, that was so annoying. Especially when they're riding up your ass trying to get past. Like,
yeah,
it's like anywhere that's
like
extremely
private cars are fine, but these are trucks, bro. Trucks. Next point is the landslide and everything.
What about it? That hasn't fully went.
Yeah. So apparently a month ago, Jamie was sending me all the videos. Hey, bro, there seems to be flooding. There seems to be a landslide. Like, what happened? It's not that bad, bro. The video made it seem very bad, but it's only a tiny proportion.
Very tiny part of the thing.
And they get rid of it very fast.
And it looked like one happened while we were there because we had to wait about 5 minutes and then the truck came and cleared the things out. Things are very efficient everywhere. When my tires popped, I don't know how often these mechanics are, but it was like a little...
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Took my bike in, super efficient, super well done, super...
We were super lucky with the weather.
So
imagine on day 2 or day 3, it rained. We would be fucking miserable, bro. Miserable. Like in the rain, like wet, and you have to wipe your face. It was cold, freezing.
Slippery.
Oh, yeah.
Roads slipping around. When it was even just like dewy.
Yeah. I'm sure with each month, as they're building better and better roads, like they will fill more and more potholes. Just like people who done this a year ago, they would bump so much more than compared to us. We're lucky. On day 4, because how like bad the road situation is, I'm pretty sure, guys, if you're watching this in 2025, they will build the road by then. Just like, you remember on day 4 that I pointed you to a huge like mountainside.
Yeah.
Oh, they literally chiseled. You can see all the rocks.
I don't think in 2025 the roads.
That road was built 4 months ago. Yeah, okay. Brand new paved.
But I don't think a lot of it will be.
A portion of them.
Yeah.
A portion of them. The day 1 and day 3 are surprisingly good in the road condition.
Do you have any other points? Or
No, I think we covered everything.
Wrap it up in a conclusion.
Okay, wrap it up.
As a huge conclusion, if anyone is thinking of doing the Hajian loop, if you've seen the reviews online, you think it's overrated, you think it's too safe, it is one of the best things I've ever done. Easily. It far exceeded expectations. And the views look better in person than they did in marketing material.
Yeah.
As you see, riding was a lot more fun and raw than I thought it would be. Thought it would be a super watered down version. For the first time, I would recommend people, if they're confident enough, to ride it themselves. Jasmine is such...
It depends. If you want a huge group, do it with Jasmine. They're no doubt the largest. If you
chain smoker...
But actually, have you seen those with red helmets? I don't think they are any better, honestly.
Think they're very similar?
Yeah, they're similar.
While speaking to my friend Tim, who was randomly on the thing as well, it was a lot more calm. Like they weren't drinking and like they weren't partying like our groups were partying. And Jasmine Tour is the like party.
But if you have 7 people and 4 of them are over the age of 25, why would you party? Our group are very young. I would say majority are 20 to 25.
Yeah, easily. Give me your conclusion of what you thought about the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the views for the nature thing, the phone just doesn't do justice. Probably if you watch the 360 videos that I filmed, it looks a lot better in real person with your real eyes. The only place that looks better than the pictures looks better than reality is the river. You remember we drove an hour down to take the boat? Okay, so on day 2, we were at like top of a mountain. We saw a water dam, like with blue water or green/turquoise. And there are boats, like big boats. Like, you remember the wooden boats? Like driving down the canyon. Yeah. I asked him, like, oh, can we gotta take that? And he said the road is too bad, which I think is a fucking lie. That's one of the downsides with Miao Miao. He just brushed it off. He said the road is too bad, or some other excuse.
Okay, but what alternative could he have been? He could have, let's go off the script of the tour and go.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him. He do have that tendency and personality of not being 100% honest. For example, that night can we have more girls in our room? And he said, yeah, can, no problem. It's just his personality, you know. He's very extremely non-confrontational. But if some other future groups, I think the canyon, that was so much cooler below. How tall the 2 sides of the mountain are. I saw the boat moving, getting towards the people. I honestly thought that's the one we're taking, but take us to a fucking cheap ass, tiny ass boat, bro. Honestly, it doesn't cost more money to build a boat like that compared to 2 motorcycles.
There was a beauty in the like scrappy, shitty, like sleeping in hostels, getting in this fucking rusty dinghy and going down the river. Beauty in that grungy, challenging. Like, I loved it. Even if we'd gone to like a nice.
Yeah. There's a tiny complaint about the boat.
Yeah.
We took the cheap ass one instead of the more decent.
But it was fitting for the tour because everything was cheap ass, rusty.
And there's this saying that you have to do this kind of shit when you're in your 20s because when you're 30 or above, you become the creepy 35-year-old guy who still live in hostel rooms.
Very true.
Josh, come. You at least you want to make an appearance? Okay, he's very sleepy. I think that's a wrap. We went over every single thing there is we can talk about, and this is very informational dance. I can't, bro. You give it first. I don't know what each number means.
I'd give it a nod.
Jesus, you need to leave more room for more awesome experiences, right?
That was one of the best things I've ever done. So,
okay. Getting laid with a girl is at least worth 1 point, right? You need to leave room for that. You cannot go. Yeah. They're not entrepreneurs nor pretty girls. Oh, next time. Oh, I have this female friend, right? She grew up with me. When I went to US, she went to Canada, and she basically went to Bali, some yoga retreat, right? It's the exact opposite, probably more extreme. A group, I think yoga in the middle of the mountain, like nature, waterfall, hiking, those type of things. They have 9 girls and 1 gay.
1 gay.
Yes.
That's what we're doing next. Was it a retreat in Bali?
Yes, some retreat like that, you know.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are entrepreneur retreats, crypto retreats in Indonesia, Bali.
True. Monday, this guy is doing like founder house retreats, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, I even saw in the expat group in the Bangkok, somebody's organizing and inviting people.
Like Koh Samui thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I don't know any.
We were pitching this idea before we went to Rawai. We were saying we should do it's like a business idea. We could do a Koh Samui.
But the best way to market isn't inviting people in person. The best way is to do you know the build space in Los Angeles? They're a Silicon Valley startup for AIs, entrepreneurs. So basically they film their daily lives to introduce their community, to broadcast. That's how they attract new talent. We cannot attract talent by just talking one-to-one. We need to film a storyline or at least learn to advertise our groups in order to have a...
Very true. And to be honest, I don't think it's the type of business I'd want to run.
No, it's too much headache, bro.
Too much headache, too much logistics. I think there's more leverage and bigger benefits.
Yeah. Josh, you want to come give a conclusion? Sit. So, this is Josh, and he's the 3rd person in the Hazan Loop.
It was unreal experience. Really good. The things I've done.
It's really high.
Elephant is definitely.
I can, bro. I can. 7. The reason why the landscape is so beautiful is because of the dimensional difference, the ingenuity of the human civilization to carve roads out of steep mountains, out of Minecraft-like terrain. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I forgot it was day 2 or day 3. We climbed this like little hill with a very spiky rock called Skywalk. At first, I thought they just put a glass, on top of somewhere, like at a viewpoint. That's exactly how they were. Little did I, this is fucking dangerous. They have local kids just running around like he's walking on a plane.
Yeah.
One off by himself. Yeah, that shit's fucking dangerous. Not to mention they have like a rock, like a plank out of nowhere. That's the craziness. The pictures doesn't look more that dangerous, but in reality, especially at the peak or you climb up, it's very dangerous. If you fall, you have nowhere to hold, and before you know it, a spiky rocket can pierce through your body, bro. The crack, I didn't see it. I just refuse. I'm heavy enough to be the first, bro. Allow me to be in Delulu land. Okay, let me put it another way. If you fucking jump in it, then you fucking deserve it. Okay? Is this a better way? I was sliding my ass over there. Hell no. If you're a male, man the fuck up. Yeah, you lost respect.
Let's go, Jasmine tours. This looks like a weird threesome, gay three-way.
Oh,
The tits.
I'm going back to China after the Halloween celebration this weekend, and these 2 gentlemen, they are going to Thailand. I'm surprised that James never made an appearance on our podcast. Was he just not interested, or because we never invited, or he's too smeared with his girlfriend? Yeah, smeared. You done? Who?
Wait, is this live?
It's not live. It's recording.
You jumped your cold out.
And lastly, I just want to thank Joshua and Jamie that they're very endearing friends. They made my trip like 50% more enjoyable than had I done it myself.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not even percent more enjoyable. Yeah. You told us things to do in Vietnam, Hanoi. You told us about that. Yeah, thank you.
Probably the proudest point is in the Hazan Loop is the 2 buffet restaurant I brought you guys to, the day 1 and day 2. That was the best, bro. My song sent. Yeah, I want to take you guys to the viewpoint, the tallest building in Hanoi, to watch sunset today. Did I have? You nailed it, bro. You have very good. You're a very good observer.
The first much higher priority. The first buffet pretty much gave me an anxiety attack, but I did enjoy it. It was
the second one is very Western food oriented.
Yeah, the second one is very chill, 100%. Yeah, it was like straight into the thick of Hanoi.
Honestly, because now it's 11:15. If we go to the beer street, there will be a lot of people partying, I think, because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And that begs the question, Jamie, are you going? Josh, are you going to? Josh was wanting a massage. Honestly, Jamie and I were betting if you're gonna get a tuggy.
I have the balls.
Because you always tip a lot around service industry people, and I thought you have the tendency to take care of the poor girl's sick father, disabled mother, and her little brother who couldn't go to school. Let me help you out, lady.
See you next South Africa, probably. Let's say a loop in Africa. That would be fucking sick. A loop around Africa and we're like dodging fucking...
No, you group actively. Do you know Kilimanjaro or whatever the name is? The second tallest mountain in Africa. My mom fucking climbed it last month. My mom did. She was 52.
That was good.
Yeah, of course. If you put so much effort into doing something, you look stupid if you say it's not good. I've yet to meet a single person who climbed the Mountain Everest and say it's not worth it, bro. The psychology is called backward rationalization.
Backward what?
Backward rationalization. You rationalize facts. No, we don't tell facts. We tell stories. Actually, can I borrow you for another 5 minutes? Okay, here's a quickie, right? Abortion, right? We shouldn't decide if you can abort baby based on month. It should be based on race. It's supposed to be a joke, okay? And the second thing is Twitter is such a good space. You meet such intelligent people on there. I think I need to use Twitter more.
It's my favorite social media, and I use it the most by far.
Really?
Easily.
I spend too much time on Reels and just looking at stupid girls twerking. YouTube Shorts are worse.
The first person to know the news on Twitter is...
I don't think I'm even following you on Twitter. Yeah, let me check your follow list and kiss each other as if someone is listening. And conspiracy theories are like two words, like 911 is probably a planned job, insider job, and also Michelle Obama is probably a dude.
Something you say at the start of the pod, not in the last 2 minutes of the pod. They need to be expanded on. We'll start the next pod with those two and break them down.
Okay.
I don't agree with the Michelle Obama thing. I don't think she's a dude. 9/11, also don't agree with, but I think there's good argument you can make.
Yeah, pictures. Yeah, she looks way too masculine. Like, have you seen? She was wearing a revealing back dress. And she probably
Shit.
talking about.
Just built kind of like a dude.
Really? No. And and another topic I was trying to ask about is that we can discuss our relationship with our parents. So my dad is actually the pretty boy, and my mom is the breadwinner in my family.
Really?
Yeah, I just told Josh today, which is blew my mind. I was like, you were not expecting that, right? Josh out of nowhere asked me, hey, what did your dad do? I said, I frankly directly said, my dad is a loser.
Wow.
Because he's ambitionless, zero career, zero ambition.
That surprises me because
Really? There's this saying, either we become our parents or grow up to be the opposite. Because how much? Pretty sick. You don't really see him that much.
I do, not as much as normal people. Not as much as normal.
Okay, just find this
Like, and growing up as a kid, he was away for more overseas. That's why I lived in the US twice. That's why I traveled so much as a kid, because he was always traveling.
Wow.
School holidays, we would go over and meet him.
You're
For that, very traditional.
You're surprisingly masculine to be raised in a very feminine family.
Both of my parents are super religious, and that's where the, like, I guess, gender roles and conservative stuff comes in. My grandpa is actually a pastor.
You know, like the biggest our difference is your theism. I'm atheism, and I think a good way to quote what you're saying is that Naval Ravikant. He said that life in existence is a miracle. Everything else is science. I think that's where we can meet in the common ground.
Yeah, let's do next pod and discuss more about our family dynamics, because it's interesting and the effects that it has on you.
And I think we can do 2 more podcasts this year, and in November. One in November and one in December, because it's holiday season.
True. We'll see what's happening.
I will definitely do one after the election.
100%.
100%. Back then, we'll have information about the crypto market. Like, hey, if Trump got assassinated, we'll be right back on the pod. I cry about Jamie's 15,000 investment. Thank Trump.